Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my first ULDUM review. Let's go. Untapped potential. So first of all, let me talk about the quest concept in general. I did not really like it in Angoro because I feel like the quests were either broken as hell or completely underpowered. And the quests were built in such a way that you had to build your deck completely around finishing the quest as soon as possible. And that is your main win condition, finishing the quest and then winning with what the quest gives you. Now, I think Blizzard bringing back the quests, which by the way, I think it's a good idea because in an MMO, which Hearthstone is based on, World of Warcraft, quests are very important, right? So thematically, it makes a lot of sense to have quests in Hearthstone. I think the implementation that they go for now is better. They kind of made quests as a side win condition and you finish them quicker. They just help your deck. They don't like instantly win you the game. They give you value and then you have to use that value to win the game. I think that's perfect. I really hope they're going to stick play and I really hope that they're going to change the way people think about quests in general. And also show that the design team is doing something super smart. Like if they bring back the quests and it's a failure, people are going to like be so upset about it. It's crazy. So they have to nail them. The first one, Untapped Potential. Druid quest and 4 turns with unspent mana. Let's analyze it. You play it on 1, so you cannot end your turn with unspent mana. On 2, the best thing that you want to do in a quest deck is play the Questing Explorer. So that's a small issue because on turn 1 and 2 you're not going to have unspent mana. Ideally, you play another Questing Explorer on 3. But let's say you're not going to spend 1 mana on 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to change your hero power into Osirian tier. By the way, once you complete a quest, you immediately get a hero power. So you don't have to like also pay for the quest like you did with the others. So it's only the initial cost on turn 1. And I guess you pay the card because like the card always starts in your mulligan, so you have a useless card, air quotations on the useless word. So yeah, I don't know. I think quests in general have potential. This one especially, I don't know. You choose one cards have both effects combined. It's passive and permanent. So basically, it's kind of like having Fandral on board permanently. Can you abuse it? Not with that many cards in standard. You don't have anything like super insane, right? But it's super easy to finish this quest. Like, maybe not on 7, but on turn 8, you've done it pretty much consistently. I think the effect is worth looking into. And I think this is going to be one of the playable quests. It also allows you to play the 2 mana card in your deck, which I'm going to talk about a bit later. Actually, I should probably like, talk about it next. Questing Explorer. If you control a quest, draw a card. It's insane. It's basically Archaeologist. 2 mana, 2/3 draws you a card. Maybe drawing a card is better than drawing a specific card. Depends. Like, Archaeologist was very good because you also had Medivh's Valet, so you could like pay the secret on 3 and then on 4 you could Valet them. But this is just way better than Novice Engineer. There is one downside. This card is not always perfect. If you draw it late game after you already finished your quest, it's kind of bad. Also, these quests are easier to finish and you're gonna finish them faster. So this card is pretty high rolly in that you want it on turn 2, turn 3, turn 4 max. Later, it's still a 2 mana 2/3, so it's not super bad, which probably makes it a 2-off in every single quest deck. But I'm just telling people to not get super excited. It would be like completely broken if it would always draw a card if you had a quest in your deck when the game started or something like that. But they probably tested it and they were like, this is good enough as it is. And I think it is. Let's talk all the quests first that they were shown. Supreme Archaeology. Draw 20 cards, reward Tome of Origination. And Tome of Origination means a 2 mana hero power. You draw a card, it costs 0. The hero power is good, but you won't be able to use it. Draw 20 cards is very hard to do. Like, people are like fantasizing that you're gonna play double plot twist and then like... this is not gonna happen. This thing is not good. you're gonna lose value by playing this, you're gonna lose value by playing Plot Twist to then what? Randomly discount your top deck? Like, you can play Luna's Pocket Galaxy in Mage and do that way better. But I guess this is Warlock, not Mage. I don't think it will work. I think draw 20 cards is just too much. I would have liked them to see going for like a lower number than 20. Like 10. But maybe then they make it, then maybe it's too powerful. So I don't know. Maybe this Warlock quest is just not meant to be strong. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't see something small that makes this Warlock quest incredible. But if you want to play in your deck cards that when drawn for 0 mana are insane, that means you have to play expensive cards. If you play expensive cards, you can also draw them early. If you draw them early, they're completely useless. So, I don't know. Maybe because you play Plot Twist, you can draw the cards and then like shuffle them back and then only use the important cards, draw enough cards and like somehow complete this quest. But it's super hard to think how it's going to play out because we didn't have something like this before. I'm just putting my money on this being unplayable. But I was wrong in the past. Corrupt the Waters. Play 6 Battlecry cards. That's not hard. It's not easy, but it's not hard. Lackeys, for example, are Battlecries. The reward is your Battlecries trigger twice this turn. They didn't make this permanent, and they didn't make it 0 mana. Which means that they tested this card while the hero power was passive, and it was too good. Which makes you wonder, maybe we want to play Battlecry Shaman. This is one of the quests with potential. I like it. I like it. Battlecries in general are strong. Doubling them is also strong. See Spirit of the Shark. Can Shaman do the things that Rogue is doing? Maybe. Why not? Maybe they can. We shall see. Now, the main discussion point about quests is the same that we had in the past. Is it worth a slot in your deck while you know that you lose a card in your starting hand? Like, if you go first, you lose 1 card. You have like 2 cards plus the top deck. You have to play quest on 1. Then you have 1 more top deck. So you have the 2 mulligan cards other than the quest and 2 random cards from your deck. 4 cards on turn 2. That's pretty low. You need to like kind of play on curve. So that's the main reason why I think they printed the Questing Explorer. Because if that is your turn 2, then you have some consistency going into turn 3. But passing on 1 is not great. We don't have the most aggressive metagame right now. So right now it wouldn't matter if you pass on 1 or not. So if the metagame keeps being the same, quests might be okay to run. Because the metagame right now is pretty non-aggro, pretty greedy. Okay, and the one that was shown in the day of me recording the video, in the night, I mean, this looks like the most powerful one so far. But at the same time, it's also for the class that already has a by far tier 1, arguably the best deck in the game right now, Cyclone Mage. Does Cyclone Mage want to play this? Is this going to make Cyclone Mage better? I don't know. Like, discovering 1 random card per turn is pretty sweet. It's also like, for 0 mana you do it, because you pay 2 mana and then you get 2 mana discount. I don't know if you want to play it. Can Mage play this on 1? Sure, they don't play mana or they don't have 1 drops. They can play this on 1. Can they cast 10 spells? Pfft. They can cast 10 spells on turn 2 with Magic Trick. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but they can cast 10 spells super fast. Are they willing to lose the ping, one of the best hero powers in Hearthstone, and replace it with Ascendant Scroll, which gives you 1 random card per turn? That's a question I cannot really answer. Also, if you play Raid of the Sky Temple, you probably want to play Questing Explorer as well. And Mage can really finish this quest quickly. At least Cyclone Mage. So this card is pretty much only good on 2 and 3. Maybe on 4. I think by turn 5 they want to finish this quest. Also, are you playing Luna Pocket Galaxy in this deck? Like, I don't know if you want to try to do too many things. But the same thing I was saying when Luna got buffed from 7 mana to 5 mana for the Mage class. I was like, it's really good, but can we fit it? Answer is yes, in hindsight. It just took a little time, but people managed to find a way to fit Luna in the deck. But Luna is a card we played with. This is like a secret we didn't know. And also, we don't know how powerful it is to change your hero power into a better one, into a different one. Like, I think it's gonna be very hard for some players to be able to say exactly how valuable it is for them to change the hero power. It's cool, like, I'm already excited by this expansion. I like that they're bringing back quests. It's risky. It's a risky move because if it fails, the community is gonna destroy Blizzard. I mean, destroy. They're gonna be made fun of. It's a risky move. They were like, no, I know you guys didn't like the quest because they're polarizing. We're gonna make them back and make them different. I like that already. And changing the hero power is an interesting design because they're also venturing into Inspire territory. Like, Inspire was also a failed mechanic because they didn't know how to play with the hero power. Maybe this is gonna work. Maybe this is gonna be the best of both worlds. Having quests and then like changing your hero power as a reward into something slightly better that you can use every single turn to then get value and win the game because of it, or thanks to it. I like it. I'm hyped. I also love the card art. This looks super cool. Seeing Reno makes me happy. I don't know why he's running around with a bunch of scrolls in his pocket, but sure, have fun, Reno. Do your thing. You do you. I'll try this out. I think it can either be like super powerful or just meh, and people just won't play it. I'm not worried for Mage not seeing play. But this quest, I hope it sees play, because it's interesting. Again, a lot of decks right now don't really have 1-drops, which allows quests to be more powerful. Now, probably my favorite card... Bees! Or how the guy said it in the trailer. It was pretty fun. It was fun. It's a good meme. Also, this card, really powerful. I'm surprised by how powerful of a spell they gave Druid. I wouldn't say it's swipe level, but maybe it's swipe level. So you choose a minion and summon 4 1/1 beasts to attack it. You would say, wait, it's a better implosion. Well, yes and no. So you get a 4 damage, guaranteed. 3 mana deal 4 damage. It's already better than Shadow Bolt. Now, if any 1/1 survive, so basically if you overkill the target, or if you have Knife Juggler, but that's probably not gonna happen. If you overkill the target, you have 1/1s instead. So the way you could look at the card is deal 4 damage to a minion, overkill, get a 1/1 for every damage you dealt extra. Kind of like that, but obviously the way they written it is like simpler. The card is nice. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm not sure what place it would have in the current metagame, because like the current Druid build doesn't want to play this. The current Druid build is basically token Druid. I hope they give Druid enough tools so they can play something else, even if that is Quest Druid. I just want to play something else. I don't want to play token, and I definitely don't want to play Lucent Bark Druid. Or Lucent Bark Druid. This card is good. I will play it in my Druid deck. And I'm not sure if it's good enough to make Knife Juggler be played. Maybe. This plus Juggler on 5 is pretty naughty. In a metagame where you fight for the board. I'm not sure if we're gonna have a metagame where you fight for the board. Like right now, the only deck that fights for the board is Shaman and maybe Rogue. Yeah, Shaman and Rogue fight for the board. This card would be great against those. But let's say you play against Mage. You're not gonna kill a giant with this, so it's useless. Let's say you play against Warrior. Summoning 1/1 versus Warrior, how nice. Great. So, I'm not sure if it's the right card for the meta game, but the card on its own is good. This might mean that it sees no play because it doesn't have a place in the meta game. Like, Druid is already shaky, it doesn't have like a deck that can play this right now. But in the future, maybe. If not in Wild, people can play this card in Wild. I guess. We shall see. But this card is definitely interesting. And it doesn't benefit from spell damage. It will always summon 4 1/1 bees. You cannot alter the text of this card, which is also interesting. I like it. So far, I'm impressed by the design of the cards. I like it. I like it. I like it. Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron. Okay. Not sure if I like this. You will not play this card in your main deck, I hope. I think this card is gonna just randomly be generated by Mana Cyclone. And that's about it. If it somehow ends up being too good, people are gonna play it as a one-off in the decks. I really hope Blizzard tested it and they made sure it's not good enough. But it's 10 random spells. Like, a Yogg with 10 spells in the past was pretty good, right? What was the rule of thumb on Yoggs? That you want to play, like, if it has like 5 or more? This is a bit scary. It also doesn't stop. You play it, it works. I don't know, maybe it's good enough people are gonna play it in their main deck. Maybe Blizzard is fine forcing people to play this in their Mage deck because Mage doesn't really want to play it. It's interesting. It's actually interesting. It might even see play in the main deck the more I think about it. In the main Cyclone Mage build. Especially if you're not gonna play with Quest, maybe you can just feed it one of those as a Hail Mary. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's crazy design. Maybe Hearthstone needed some craziness. Maybe it was too chill for a lot of time. Plague of Death. Silence and destroy all minions. Very powerful. Way better than Twisting Nether. Very good AoE for Priest, who did not have that right now. No Psychic Scream. All their good AoEs are out, right? So now this is going to be the best AoE Priest has. At least it's a 9 mana spell. Like, you can play around it by killing them before turn 9 or just playing around it on turn 9. I don't mind AoEs because you know when they're going to happen. So you can play around them. The only AoE I mind is Brawl because that's super cheap and they need to get lucky. So Brawl is hard to play around. You can still play around Brawl, but it's hard to play around than, let's say, Flame Strike or discard Plague of Death. I like it. I am fine with them giving Priest tools. I don't know where they want to take Priest. Like, how do they want people to play Priest? That's a question that I don't know if even Blizzard knows the answer to. But I guess we'll find out with the next expansion. Already went with that. Evil Totem. At the end of your turn, add a Lackey to your hand. It's okay. It's better than Evil Cable Rad. Like, I'll take a 0-2 that if it doesn't die, it produces one more Lackey over a 1-1 most of the games. The problem, okay, there is one issue. It gives you the Lackey at the end of your turn. Evil Cable Rad gives it on the battle cry. So actually this is, I'm not sure if it's better. It's sometimes worse, sometimes better than Evil Cable Rad. So, not an amazing card, but you might play it if you need a Lackey synergy. Same as Evil Cable Rad. Weaponized Wasp. If you control a Lackey, deal 3 damage. It doesn't combo as well as you would first think with this card. Like, this gives you a Lackey at the end of your turn, correct? It says if you control a Lackey, not if you hold a Lackey. So you need to have one on the board already. Well, there is one way right now in Hearthstone for you to be able to play Shaman and get the Lackey on turn 2. Playing the 2-1 Murloc on 1. Overloads you on 2, you have exactly 1 mana, you play your Lackey, you play this on 3. They're trying to make Shaman a curve deck. I'm not sure if I'm happy with that. This card is definitely super powerful. 3 mana, 3/3, deals 3 damage. It's better than SI Agent. It's a really good card. It will definitely see play. And it might be good enough that you'll start either playing Evil Cable Rat or Evil Totem. Depends. It does depend. You'll play Evil Totem if you have a way to protect it. And if the metagame cannot really deal with a 0-2 that often. Evil Totem is gonna be the most broken thing you can get out of the summoning Lackey. Like, imagine you play the 1 mana 2-1 Murloc on 1. You get a summoner Lackey. and you summon an evil totem, which gives you another Lackey at the end of your turn. That's so nice. So it's a very good card to get, but there's like a million 2-drops, so it's low chance. Wow, this card is super powerful. And it will be played in Aggro Shaman. And Aggro Shaman is already a deck. And it's kind of looking for cards to play. Like maybe Aggro Shaman already just plays this, only for that synergy with the 2-1. And then tosses in like one evil Kibarat or one evil totem and makes it consistent enough. That's the thing with these kind of powerful cards that have a requirement. People are going to test how much is enough. What's the minimum amount of activation required for this card to be consistently good? And once that's figured out, bam, the card is going to be strong and is going to be pretty present in the meta game. Earthquake, very good AoE. Deal 5 damage to all minions and then deal 2 damage to all minions. It's nice. It has anti-token potential as well. Like, it destroys token druid, let's say. And it's also good thematically. Because like an Earthquake, like hits hard the first time and then it has like a mini second Earthquake, right? I guess. Yeah, card is very good. Control Shaman would want to play it right now. I'm not sure if Control Shaman is that good right now, but one extra tool is not bad. But the thing is, I don't think this one extra tool is good enough to make them win the matches that they lose. Like, Control Shaman is not good right now because it loses to Mage, it loses to Rogue. This card won't help them there. It will help them against the matches that they already win. So, it might not see play for now because the deck that would play this card doesn't get better by playing this card against the matchups for why it's not played. I hope you guys didn't lose track. But the card is good. Not sure if it will be played right now. In the future, maybe. Because like when you're rating a card, you rate it on its own power level. And then in the current decks, can it see play? And if yes, how impactful it is also in the current meta game. There are like so many things that you have to account for when you rate the card. But that's pretty much it. It's like card on its own, card in the deck, card in the meta. Usually a broken card fits all three. It's good on its own no matter what. It's good in the deck and it's good in the meta. Imp Balming. Destroy a minion. Shuffle 3 worthless imps into your deck. I don't think that's that good. Summoning 1 mana 1/1s is not amazing. Shuffling, sorry, not summoning. This is like an anti-Faldorai. And destroy a minion. A Rogue has Assassinate for 5. Is Warlock that willing to overpay? Like, this is only good if you use it and then end the game next turn or this turn. I'm not even sure if it's good enough to see play in Zoo, to be honest. Unless you get some other demon synergies, I probably wouldn't play it. Or maybe as a one-off. If the meta game is with a lot of big minions that are susceptible to this type of card. But I doubt that is gonna happen. Nah, I don't see it. Reckless Mummy. Rush Reborn. Reborn is a new mechanic where basically they have this pod in Secret Redemption. They get revived with 1 health. So this is a 4 mana 3/2. You can rush it into something. Then you get a 3/1, which you can also rush into something. It's pretty good. Sometimes it's better than Militia Commander. Sometimes it's worse. Let's say you're facing a 4/5 or a 3/5. You would much rather have Militia Commander because you trade it, and then you have a 2/1 or a 2/2 surviving. With the Restless Mummy, you trade it and that's it. This, however, is better against 2 minions. If they have 2 4/3s, let's say, it's much better to have the Mummy than to have the Militia Commander. So it's good that they're giving like a card similar to another card that they already have on the same mana slot. I don't think you're going to be able to play both. So you're going to have to choose. Actually, I don't know. Maybe you're going to play 2 of the one and 1 of the other. Like, we saw people really wanting to play 2 Town Criers in Warrior. But 2 Town Criers is usually consistent with playing 4 Rush cards. And people didn't really want to play Darius because Darius sucks. But maybe in addition to Ziliax and 2 Militia Commanders, you're going to play 1 Restless Mummy. Or if the meta game is people playing a lot of minions and Mummy is better than the militia, I could see going 2 mummies, 1 militia, and Ziliax. So if anything, maybe this card can make Town Crier Warrior more consistent. So it's a good card, probably will see play. I'll say for sure we'll see play. Cool. Like, I don't want him to give Warrior powerful cards, but this is not really a game-breaking card. He's making Warrior slightly better. I think other classes are already benefiting more from what they're getting. Jug Dealer. Add a random 1-cost minion to your hand. Garbage. And that's it. A lot of interesting cards. Like, I talked so much. I think like almost half an hour for like 12 cards. It's pretty crazy. At this rate, I'll talk 5 hours about the expansion. But I don't know if all the cards are going to be as crazy as those. But I'm already hyped. 12 cards? Wait, 12? No, 14 cards. And I'm already sold. So, yeah, really looking forward to ULDUM. I'll do more reviews once they show more cards. Maybe Blizzard will bless me with a card reveal as well. I would love to reveal a card. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. You can also find me on Twitch, mainly, on Twitter, and sometimes on Instagram. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you have a fantastic day. See ya in the next one.